Happy National Mimosa Day. I'm not going to share with you how many I've had. Just know that this day has been very well celebrated by me. I want to welcome you back to whatever we haven't created a name for yet. We're just going to allow that thing to flow organically or to come to us organically. You feel me? But my name is Cliff. I am a travel agent. As you see, the name of our page is Prioritize You Travel. That is the name of my travel company. Yes, and we want to put you back into travel. We want you to prioritize yourself and then prioritize travel as a part of your life. But I get on, we have these Q&As. I'm going to introduce another segment on tonight. We're just going to flow and have some fun, okay? Let me know where you're listening from. Those of you that are listening to the replay, well, which is all of you because I'm not live, I'm actually recording this. But anyway, let me know where you're listening from, whether you let me know the state, let me know the country, just let me know where you're listening from. Also, let me know if you have any trips coming up. What you prefer? Do you prefer cruises? Do you prefer all-inclusives? Do you prefer resorts? What is it that you prefer when it comes to traveling? Let's have a conversation about that, okay? Let's get into these questions, okay? Number one, how do I pick the perfect ship for myself? I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked this question. I started out on a small ship, okay? I've talked about this with Carnival, but when I first went on a cruise with Royal's ships are bigger. And I found out I kind of like the bigger ships. I enjoy the bigger ships because the ship is the destination for me. Doesn't mean that I won't get off the ship. However, the ship has become a major part of the destination for me, okay? So I prefer the larger ships. Now, getting into the smaller ships, that means you're also going to get into some of the older ships, which means you won't have some of the amenities or some of the upgrades. I rather say upgrades. I'm not going to say amenities. Some of the upgrades that you may have on some of the newer ships. And you may like that. You may absolutely enjoy that. What I say is, you don't know until you actually experience it. Because I would have thought that I would have enjoyed a smaller ship because I'm very much introverted. I don't like to do a lot of talking. I get social anxiety like crazy. So I thought I would be more comfortable on the smaller ships. But it wasn't until I experienced a much larger ship than the small ship that I sailed on that I realized, like, yo, this is what I like. This is the energy. This is the vibe. This is the atmosphere, or this is the environment that I like to be involved in. So my encouragement to you is I want you to experience a smaller ship and I want you to experience a larger ship. I want you to experience a smaller ship with Royal and a larger ship with Royal. I want you to experience a smaller ship with Carnival and a larger ship with Carnival and whatever every other line that you travel with. I'm using those two because right now those are the two that I am most familiar with. So I'm not going to tell you about another line that I've never ever experienced. Some of you may be in the chat now and you may have experienced other cruise lines. Please fill us in. Give us the info. Tell us what it is that you prefer. Like I said, I want you guys talking back to me. I don't have all the answers, but if we come together as a community, then there's no answer that will go unanswered. Okay. So again, experience it for yourself. Oh, sorry, touching that microphone. I'm sorry, but experience it for yourself. And allow yourself to have those experiences for yourself so that you can determine exactly which one is best for you. And then get back with me and let me know which one you prefer. All right, let's go. Number two. I guess I kind of put one and two together. Okay. Let's talk about, for number two, we'll talk about this. Cheaper cruises. Okay. Some people prefer the cheaper cruises. Now, here's what I will say. you will get what you pay for, and you will pay for what you get. Okay. Yes, the larger cruises, their itineraries are more than 3 days or 4 days. Some of them are 7, 14, and then we have the world cruises, okay? The world tours. You are going to get what you pay for. Never have I ever felt as if I did not get what I paid for. So again, yes, enjoy the cheaper cruises. If you know that's where your budget is, if you know that's what your preference is, especially if you're starting groups, you want to have a group. I encourage, if you are going to do a group, it's your first group, that group needs to be on a smaller cruise so that you guys can experience all of that, especially with first time cruisers. Okay. Now, if you want to do a larger one, hey, do the larger one. Do you, baby? But I suggest a smaller one first. But with the cheaper cruises, understand, as I said, many times the ships are going to be a little older. And again, they're not going to have some of the upgrades that other ships might have. Doesn't mean that the food's going to be different. Doesn't mean that the drinks are going to be different. Doesn't even mean that the entertainment is going to be different. Now, I'm going to tell you with Carnival, with those 3-day cruises, you probably going to party a lot more. You feel me? You're going to get that party in a lot more. But at the same time, you'll have that experience with that type of a ship. So, that's my suggestion with that. Again, you have to experience it for yourself. Cruising is just like anything to me. And I believe that with basically everything in life, you have to experience it for yourself. I can't give you that experience. You have to experience it for yourself. And that's why I got into uh, being a travel agent. That's why I became a travel agent, because I saw the excitement on my face, the joy that I was experiencing within, the fun that I was having exploring the world, the portals or the dimensions of myself that were open. If you know me, I talk about being multidimensional individuals. Our intelligence is locked into the dimensions that many times stay locked up in our lives. Hit me up. We can have a conversation about that. But travel begins to unlock some of those chambers in our life. I get excited about that. So because I get excited about that, I became a travel agent because I wanted to share that excitement with other people who say, I want to travel, but I don't want the responsibility of putting all of it together. So I need you to put that together for me so I can just experience it for myself. You feel me? And then you can say, never mind, I ain't gonna go there. But you'll say, I know for myself. I know for myself, or whatever she said. So experience it for yourself, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, I'm glad this question came in. Somebody asked me, why do they see a different price on the website than what I quote them when they reach out to me? Okay. The price on the website does not include, let me put my glasses back on, insurance, which again is optional, but I always recommend you getting that. Gratuities, I always encourage prepaying those, okay? Port fees and taxes. It does not include any of those and any other fees that may go along with it. So you get excited for that $99 quote, but all of those other fees haven't been added in yet. So that's why you see that difference in pricing. And I'll even take it a step further. You're not going to pay much difference by booking with a travel agent as you would, booking directly through Royal, as you are booking directly through that supplier, whatever cruise line you're booking through, or whatever, supplier you're booking through, whatever resort you're booking through. You're not going to see much of a price differentiation or price difference, a price difference, unless you're doing the group thing. I always encourage it. Listen, if you got 16 people, we can book 8 cabins. Let's talk, baby, baby. Let's talk, because you're going to get a better deal and is even with the deposit, you get a better deal on your deposit. Your deposit will be refundable as opposed to those great deals that you get on deposits that are non-refundable. So I encourage you, check out those group things. If you're looking to learn more about it, reach out to me. Reach out to me. We can talk about it. Okay. Let's go. So that's why you see the difference in prices, because they are quoting you the actual price for the cruise minus those fees that I just calculated in there for you. When you calculate that all up, then what you're getting from me is that final price. Okay, let's go. So, interior cabinets. Let's talk about this before I talk about two of the things that I really want to talk about before we get out of here, okay? Let me get one more drink here. Somebody asked me about interior cabins, and this question comes up all the time. I've addressed it on other videos, but not like I got a great big library of videos as it relates to travel, but I have addressed this. I have never had an interior cabin, okay? I've always had a ocean view cabin. I've never even had a balcony cabin. Never had a balcony cabin, only ocean view. So I only can speak on ocean views, okay? In relationship to my personal experiences. I will say this. With the price of cruises now and the type of cruises that I like to go on, because as I said, I don't like the smaller ships. I like the larger ships. I don't like the smaller itineraries. I like the longer itineraries. Where my budget is currently, I promise you, I will soon be able to personally talk to you about how interior cabins feel. One of the things that is a reservation for me with interior cabins is it's going to be so dark. I feel like I probably would sleep the whole cruise. You feel me? But there are benefits to it. There's that price benefit to it, that pricing benefit to it. And if the room isn't that important to you, because there are some people that the room is one of the most important things too. But then there are people who say, shit, I ain't even gonna be in a room like that. So that's not anything that's important to me. So you have to, for yourself, you have to see what is it that I value the most out of this trip? Where is my budget at right now? Am I willing to splurge on an ocean view? And somebody splurge on an ocean view. That's a splurge for some people. Splurge on a balcony. Splurge on a suite. You have to think about all of those things. Are you willing to do that? Or are you willing to sacrifice and stay in an interior cabin? Like I said, soon I promise you, I probably will have a be able to give a testimonial about an inside cabin. Okay, so let's make sure I got everything. Okay, so that's actually all the questions I have this week. I didn't get many questions from you guys. I guess you guys didn't really want to talk to me this week. I'm not going to cry about that. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to woosah. I'm going to process that eternally. I'm probably going to cry when I get off of here. But here's what I want to introduce. I don't want to do cruise news or travel news because we have enough of that in that space. But what I do want to do is I want to hit some stuff. What I do want to do, I want to hit some things that stood out to me amongst the dudes. And one of those things is my favorite port. My favorite port is my favorite port. And it may be my favorite port only because it was the first port that I traveled out of. And I probably traveled out of that port more than any other port. Yeah, to date. And that's Port Canaveral in Orlando. I was thinking, where's it at? Like, y'all probably say, you're a freaking imposter. No, but in Orlando, yo. It's expanding, yo. I am excited that it's expanding. It's big already to me. But their willingness to expand, I'm excited because whenever a port is willing to expand, that means they are making preparation to house the larger ships. And again, what type of ships does Cliff like? Come on, y'all. Tell me what kind of ships I like. Exactly. I love the larger ships. Now, with Icon already out, with Stars coming out, and I'm sure there's going to be some bigger and better cruises coming out, ships coming out. I am excited to know that by 2026, the summer of 2026, my favorite port will be able to accommodate some of the larger ships, yo. Isn't that dope, yo? That is dope. I'm excited about that. Now, here's what I want to know about you guys. What is what are your favorite ports to cruise from? What are the ports that you try to avoid at all costs? Like, I'm not going to that port no matter what. Now, I've honestly only traveled from 3 ports. I've done Canaveral. I've done Miami. I like Miami too. It's probably because I like that Florida vibe too. That's probably what it is. And what is the one in Jersey called, Joe? Hold on. I gotta look this up again because I just traveled from this one. Cape Liberty. Dope. That's a dope one as well too. But like I said, Canaveral, I love it. I love it. And it's easy to get to from the airport. All of those things. The process is smooth. I haven't had any problems with it. Maybe you had a different experience with it. Share your experience. But like I said, I want to know, what is your favorite port to travel from? What is the port, or what are the ports that you avoid not going to? I know with me, the ports that again only house the smaller ships, I won't cruise from, and I live closer to them. I live closer to Newark and Baltimore and New Baltimore. What is it? What's the other one? Um, Norfolk, Virginia. I live closer to those, but they don't house the larger ships. So until they house those larger ships, again, Canaveral it will be. So I'm excited about that. That's one piece of information that I wanted to share. And again, y'all, talk back to me. Talk back to me. Oh, somebody asked about this. Here was another question. I'm sorry. Group cruises. Yes, group cruises. You have 16 people. You know you can put together 16 people that will share 2 people to a cabin, okay? You can have more than 2 people to a cabin. Some of the cabins can accommodate 4 people, but they don't count towards the group. You need 16 people or 8 cabins at least. You can fill up 8 cabins, not 8 solo cabins. 8 2-people cabins, okay? Double occupancy cabins. You can fill those up, hit me up, or hit your travel agent up, hit the vendor or the supplier directly up to set that up. I have a group cruise I'm sponsoring in January, and I have another one in October of 2025. You can check those out on my website, www.prioritizeU.com, prioritizeutravel.com, and then you'll get all the information about them. You're welcome to join us on those. Get that deposit in early. Not a lot of space, so I encourage you to get that deposit in, okay? But if you want to travel as a group, I think it's great. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Okay? Now let's go to. I already asked y'all about your favorite ports. Okay. Look, I put little notes together. Y'all, if you know me, I don't like to have a lot of notes because I like for it to be like organic and to flow. But I also realize like I'm trying to get the timing down because you guys seem to prefer smaller content as opposed to like my coaching situations where I could talk for like an hour, hour and a half. So I'm trying to stay the course. Okay. So let's go. Congratulations to Carnival. They served their 10 million cruiser at the Galveston port. I have not, I was going to say, flown out of the Galveston. Cruise from Galveston, I hear a lot of great things about it. I hear a lot of people who don't like it. But to have served 10 million from that port and be the first cruise line to do that, much respect to Carnival. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And the lady's name was Martha Talton. She's from Houston. She was recognized as the 10 millionth guest on Carnival Breeze. So congratulations to her and congratulations to Carnival. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. It says a lot about their business and how they expanded to Galveston, and it shows the benefit of them expanding to Galveston. Okay. So let's keep going. Keep going. And this is probably something I'm the most excited about, guys. If you follow any news, you're aware of the tragic situation that happened in Baltimore when the bridge collapsed early in the morning. And where that bridge collapsed was where the cruises or the ships left out. The port was right there. So what they had to do was reposition all of those ships to Norfolk, which was another crazy situation because Norfolk had been closed down because it's renovating to reopen in do some upgrades to their port. Okay. So thank God that they were able to relocate to there. But guys, the great news is they have finally cleaned the canal up, the channel up enough. I said canal. They have cleaned the channel up enough to where they can reopen the port. And on May 25th, I think it's the Vision of the Sea with Royal will be cruising out of there. And on May 26th, Carnival Pride will be returning from their cruise to there. So I'm excited for those who will be returning, those who will be leaving from there. I'm excited for Baltimore. And it shows that I know a lot of healing has to continue to take place, but the progress that has taken place in such little time is great. So I'm excited for that. I'm interested to see what they do bridge wise, because I'm interested to see if they're going to be looking to accommodate larger ships, because that bridge kind of hinders them from accommodating larger ships. So I want to see if they are going to look at restructuring the bridge or if they're just not going to rebuild the bridge. I'm interested to see what they do there in Baltimore. Baltimore. You feel me? So that's everything, guys. I want to thank you all again. I see what you guys are doing with the channel. I'm excited. You guys are listening, you're watching, you're liking, you are subscribing. It is a slow process growing a page, but I rather grow this page organically. I said this before too. I rather grow this page organically and have people who really want to engage with us, have people who really want or really are enjoying the content that we're putting out. You know what I'm saying? So continue to reach out. You have questions, make sure y'all following me on social media as well. Clifton Pettyjohn, Prioritize You Travel, all social media platforms. You can reach out to me there. You want to email me, you can email me at PYT. I want to love you, pretty young thing. No, it means Prioritize You Travel, okay? PYT at CliftonPettyjohn.com. All of your questions you can submit there. If you even have questions about the relationship between a travel agent and those who are traveling, reach out to me. You feel me? Check out my website, as I said earlier. But most importantly, here's what I want you to do. I want you to prioritize you. Number one, you have to be number one. If you are not number one in your life, you are shortchanging number one yourself and everybody else in your life. You are not able to give everybody all that you can give them until you are willing to give yourself all that you can give yourself. Prioritize you. And then I want you to prioritize yourself in travel, with travel, around travel, through travel, all things travel. Okay. I want you to experience this entire world because the world is waiting to experience you. All right. Peace. Yo, what up? Thank you for listening to today's video. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are the reason that I even create content. You might say, Cliff, I don't even know you. I don't have to know you. I'm picking up on your energy and your vibe. And your energy and your vibe is telling me that, like me, you love travel. Or like me, you have a strong desire to travel. You just haven't given yourself the opportunity to experience yourself through travel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Make sure you don't just subscribe. Hit that bell, click that bell so you're notified every time we go live. Make sure you're liking and commenting. You're staying connected on social media. Clifton Pettyjohn on all platforms, as well as prioritize you travel on all platforms. And as I always say, prioritize yourself. You're number one, baby. You are number one, and you have to be number one to yourself. And then prioritize yourself to, through, with, for, around, within travel. Peace.